The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. This is Sean, and I'm doing this webinar presentation from Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Do appreciate everyone taking the time today to get started with us today. We have a great presentation in line for you. We are fortunate to have Katie Forsyth with us from Guggenheim, who's going to be going over today's webinar presentation. They have a great line of annuity products available, and we are going to be going over the benefits and features of those products today so it can help you with your business in utilizing these products for the benefit of your clients. Again, I do appreciate everyone taking the time out of their day to come on today's webinar. I do know you guys out in the field are really busy, so I do think that this webinar will be great information and well worth your time. Just a little bit on the overall agenda on today's webinar. We are going to start just with about 5 to 10 minutes or so with what insurance agency marketing has been doing to help agents in the field and what the agents have been finding successful. Like I said, they'll just take the first couple of minutes of this webinar. Then I will be passing the reins over to Katie Forsyth at Guggenheim to get in the heart of this webinar presentation and talk about those products that we had mentioned. Also, just a little bit on housekeeping. We have everyone in attendance in listen-only mode. That is to avoid background noise and everything else that goes along with having everyone on these webinar presentations. So if you do have a question, obviously since you're in listen-only mode, we won't be able to hear those questions if you ask them. We do have a question box on your screen, and if you do have a question throughout the presentation, feel free to post it there. And what we'll do is at the end of the webinar, time permitting, we will take the time to answer as many of those questions as possible. And of course, I'll be following up with everyone after the webinar as well to make sure that all questions have been answered. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started today. Like I said, my name is Sean. I'm one of the annuity sales directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And again, welcome to everyone who is on today's webinar presentation. Like I said, just a little bit about insurance agency marketing, some things we've been doing to help agents take their annuity and life production to new levels. We do offer periodically a life and annuity training academy. We offer to cover all the expenses for those that participate in those events. We generally have them 3 or 4 times a year, and like I said, we cover all travel costs, hotel stay, and meals for those that attend these events. It is designed to take agents who are already involved with annuity and life sales and get their business to the next level through the use of new sales ideas, concepts, and techniques. We don't have the date set for our next event as of yet. We just had one, I believe, last month. We're probably tentatively looking at doing the next one in early 2017, probably around the March timeframe. If you are interested in getting more information on these events when we do have them scheduled, simply mark yes to the poll question that should be on your screen. And I will make sure to include you so that as soon as we get those dates solidified, we can let you know and notify you of those dates to see if that's something that would work out for your calendar. Do feel free to mark yes or no just so I know who to get on that list. And if you're not interested, that's completely okay. Just I would encourage you to mark no in that situation so we don't end up taking your time by getting you on the list to be notified for these events. I will keep that poll question open for just another couple seconds. So if you haven't answered, I do encourage you to mark yes or no, and we'll make sure and get you on that interested party list right away. All right, I am going to close that poll question at this time. I do appreciate everyone taking the time to answer that question, and we will make sure that if you did mark yes, that you'll get further information on these events as they're scheduled. Real quickly, we do have an in-house creative department. It's headed up by Mr. Matt Neal. He's our creative services director. And if any of you are looking for steeply discounted rates for marketing materials, if you're looking for radio advertisements, TV ads, online web service, newsletter service, print marketing, anything like that. If you need letterhead, business cards, anything like that printed, we do offer that at a steeply discounted rate for those that are contracted with us. Just want to make sure you know that's available. If anyone is interested, do feel free to give us a call. I'd get you in touch right away with Mr. Matt Neal, who heads up that department, so we can meet your needs in that way. There is a new producer bonus program that we do have. I want to make sure everyone on this webinar is aware of this program. If you are newly contracted with us, or if you are considering becoming contracted with us, this would play an important role in your decision on that. So I want to make sure everyone is aware. We do have a 3-tiered new producer bonus program. Once you become contracted with us, if you start producing within the first 180 days of your contract, if you do attain 100,000 of indexed annuity premium, you will get an additional, as you can see, $750 cash bonus on top of your normal commission. We do offer everyone full level commission that they would otherwise receive if they went directly to the carriers. So this would be an additional incentive above and beyond that normal commission that we pay out for those products when you sell them. So if you do reach the $100,000 level, we can get you an additional $750 in cash. You can see if you do not claim that $100,000 level, instead wait till you're at the $300,000 or $500,000 level as a new producer with us, you can see the rewards do increase exponentially. Do, of course, let us know if you have reached that level within the first 180 days of your contracting, and let us know which one you'd like to claim so we can get that out to you. We do have a solid referral bonus program for agents who are interested in referring other agents to us. Just like you guys out in the field, we do get a lot of business by agents who refer other agents over to us. If you happen to know any other agents that you feel would benefit from our services as you have, I would encourage you to either call in and give us their name and number so we can get in touch with them, or have them call in themselves and just make sure to let them know that you referred them so that we can get you set up as the referring agent on that. As you can see, when you do get when a new referred agent does get contracted, we send you a $50 check right off the bat, and then for every piece of business that they write for the life of their contract, you'll get trail commission on that as well. You don't have to supervise that agent. You don't have to do anything other than refer agents our direction. We do pay that out quarterly. We have agents here that get thousands of dollars quarterly at no work for them other than supplying us with referred business. So again, if you have anyone out there has any referrals that they'd like to let us know about, definitely do that. We'd love to get you on the referral bonus program. And by the way, being a referred agent doesn't take away the commission from that agent that was referred to pay you. That's just an additional incentive we pay. So wanted to make sure that everyone knows we have that program in place. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Katie Forsyth. She is the wholesaler over at Guggenheim, and I'm going to go ahead and make her the presenter on this presentation at this time, so you should see her presentation from this point on. And Katie, can you hear us okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine. The screen is all yours, and we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say today.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sean, and thank you to Insurance Agency Marketing Services for having me on this webinar today. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for the Guggenheim Life and Annuity Company and Product Overview webinar. Like Sean said, my name is Katie Forsyth. I'm the annuity sales consultant here at Guggenheim Life and Annuity, and I do work exclusively with Insurance Agency Marketing Services as well. So to get started, Guggenheim Life and Annuity Company is headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana. We provide financial services to institutional and retail customers through our fixed annuity products, distributed through networks of independent marketing organizations, just like Insurance Agency Marketing Services nationwide. We offer a simplistic approach to our product line while still delivering reliable performance in the market. So whether you are looking for a retirement vehicle for your clients that offer guaranteed interest for a certain number of years or a monthly income, we do have the retirement solutions to fit your client's need. The Guggenheim name does represent a proud and distinguished tradition of success. We are a subsidiary of Guggenheim Partners, LLC, which is a global financial services firm headquartered in New York and Chicago, and we have over $11.4 billion in assets as of 12/31 of 2015. We began operations in 2009, and we started selling in the retail space in 2011. We are currently licensed in 49 states as well as the District of Columbia for all of our fixed annuity products. It is just that one state of New York that we do not write business in. AM Best rating is a B++, and our RBC ratio is 388%. That RBC ratio is the risk-based capital ratio, and that represents the number of, or the amount of capital based on an assessment of risks that a company should hold to protect the customers against adverse developments. At Guggenheim Life and Annuity, our mission is to provide the fixed annuities with the highest customer value, industry-leading service, and ensure that your client's retirement is financially secure. So moving on to the products. So we currently offer 3 products: the Preserve Multi-Year Guaranteed Annuity, the Pro Option Multi-Year Guaranteed Annuity with a return of premium feature, and then we have our Provider Single Premium Immediate Annuity. All 3 products, again, are available in all states except for New York due to the fact that we're not licensed to do business there. So getting into kind of the products a little more in depth, this is the Preserve. This is what I would say is our bread and butter. It's a single premium deferred annuity, offers multiple guarantee periods from 3 years all the way to 10 years. We do have minimum investments, minimum premiums. For qualified money is $5,000, and for non-qualified it's $10,000. We do have rate bands, so there is a higher rate offered if you do hit that $250,000 mark for your client. Key features: we do issue all the way up to age 90. There is the penalty-free withdrawals as 10% starting in contract year 2. We do also offer interest-only withdrawals starting as early as 30 days after issue. Again, full account value at death, tax-deferred growth annuitization options. And then we do also have nursing home care riders and terminal illness riders, but I'll go into those a little more in depth later on. And all of those are all included in the product. There's no additional fee for the riders. Doesn't lower your rate for the penalty-free withdrawals or the death benefit. With the Pro Option, it's very similar to the Preserve, but that Pro Option multi-year guaranteed annuity with return of premium, it does provide the client with that return of premium guarantee. So if your client were to surrender their contract, they are guaranteed to receive nothing less than the premium minus any withdrawals. Any withdrawals, including the interest withdrawals, of course, would reduce that return of premium benefit. The interest rates are also guaranteed to increase every year, so they're on a step-up rate. This applies during the first term only and are guaranteed during the initial term. Future terms will receive a level guaranteed rate for each renewal period, which is set by the company at the time of renewal. Chargebacks on this one is 100% on any death or withdrawal in year 1 and 50% in year 2. For the Preserve, it is 100% chargeback on any withdrawals, of course, not including the interest only, and that's only for year 1. Again, this also has the issue age up to 90, the same penalty-free withdrawal option starting in year 2, full account value at death, and then we do have the riders on these as well, which I will go into further. Here, one of the questions that we get fairly often is, well, what happens at the end of the guaranteed term? So at the end of the guaranteed term, the owner has a 30-day window to make an election on their annuity. So they can either renew their annuity for the same guarantee period, or now we are allowing to renew at a different duration. They can annuitize, or at that point, they are able to withdraw the contract or transfer elsewhere at no penalty to them. If we do not hear from the client and no election is made, then the default option is to renew. There is no market value adjustment in Delaware, therefore the renewal options are different there. I'll kind of go through this quickly. I would say if you sell in Delaware, this would be something to pay attention to. With the Preserve and Pro Option in Delaware, it does not have a renewing for the same duration. It just renews for a 1-year term at the stated interest rate at that time. And also at that time, the contract is then fully liquid and there's no surrender charges. Since there is no MVA in Delaware, commissions are reduced in that state. So like I said, going into the available riders, we do have both a nursing home care rider and a terminal illness rider. However, availability does vary by state, so you will want to kind of double check with your state. Nursing home rider applies if the contract was purchased prior to the owner's 76th birthday, and it has to have been enforced for at least 1 year, during which, of course, the owner had not been confined to a nursing home. If they are wanting to utilize the rider to surrender or make a withdrawal, the owner must have been confined for 90 consecutive days. With the terminal illness rider, it applies when the owner's life expectancy has been reduced to 9 months, or 9 months or less, of course, or if the owner is diagnosed with a heart attack, stroke, or life-threatening cancer after the policy has been purchased and in force for 1 year, and the client must be not older than age 70. Again, no charges or fees associated with these riders, and availability varies by state. I do know for a fact that the nursing home rider is not available in Massachusetts. Here is the surrender charge schedule for both the Pro option and the Preserve. Very client friendly. Every duration starts at 7% and it declines annually. So equal to the duration period, pretty straightforward. Here is a little explanation on the market value adjustment, which I had touched on. Both the Preserve and Pro options do contain a market value adjustment component. This adjustment is just designed to basically share in some of the investment risk associated with the annuity between that contract holder and the company. Market value adjustments applied when an account is liquidated before the end of the guarantee period. So if there's a surrender charge that comes into play, then the MVA comes into play. Generally, if interest rates in the market are higher than when the annuity was purchased, adjustment may cause the value to be lower. Similarly, if interest rates in the market are lower than when the annuity was purchased, the value may be higher than would it be without the MVA. So here is where we have our rates. Like I said, we have 3-year all the way to 10-year. If you hit that high band, which is $250,000 over, there is a 10% or 10 basis points increase. These are the rates for October currently. So that 3 years at 1.8, 4-year at 1.9, and then 5-year at 2.4, and so on and so forth. But I do know that we just got word this morning for our November rates, and I will pull those up right now actually, so you can take a look at those, and you can see that we are increasing on the 3-year and 4-year duration by 20 basis points. So now that 3 years at 2% and the 4-year is at 2.1 effective November 1st. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that, and that is obviously a very positive change. And then moving on to our SPIA product. The provider is our single premium immediate annuity. It does offer the client a stable, predictable income that they will begin receiving immediately. Immediate annuities are designed to provide that income stream for a specified period of time or potentially for your client's lifetime. They are the only financial vehicle that will guarantee income that cannot be outlived. When your client purchases an immediate annuity, they will select the term of the contract, which then will determine how long that guaranteed income stream is going to last. Provider can be issued all the way up to age 95 if there is a certain period included. For a life payout without a certain period, the client must be age 70 or younger. Max premium is $1 million. Anything over that just needs home office approval. So if you just give us a call here at home office, we can work on that with you. As far as the payout options, we do provide several. A certain period income annuity obviously has that income stream that lasts for a specific number of years, whereas the life annuity provides guaranteed income for as long as they live. Combining those options to a life with certain period does give your client the assurance of a guarantee period, which may continue even beyond their lifetime. Payments, we do offer them to be paid out monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annual. We do have our monthly payments. They must begin 30 days from issue, and annual payments are 1 year from issue. So that's one important thing to note as well. I will say that the most attractive benefit on our SPIA is the cost of living adjustment. That is only available on our certain period option, but that benefit just helps your clients' income payments to keep pace with inflation, and they can choose their own inflation rate from 1% to 15%. So that's a nice feature if that's something your clients are worried about, is keeping pace with inflation and kind of getting increasing income. that's the way I would go. Okay, and so now we have the split annuity. Our client-friendly products, they do work well alone, or we like to think they work together just perfectly as well. So with that split annuity concept, a portion of the principal is used to fund an immediate annuity, where the larger portion is used to fund a deferred annuity. That allows for an income stream to begin immediately, while then that deferred annuity accumulates interest for future use. The funding of that immediate annuity, like we said, creates that dependable income. It is immediate and begins one modal payment after issue. Again, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. And then second, your clients will realize that tax-deferred growth and preservation of principal with the funding of the deferred annuity. So we have a little scenario here that'll kind of go into the split annuity concept. Jim and Pam are my clients, and they have around $200,000 cash. They'd like to earn a little more what's being offered at the banks, but they also want to see a little extra income on a monthly basis. So with these facts in mind, I recommended the split annuity. So we would take their $200,000, do the split annuity, and it's going to be positioned in the following manner. So it's going to do $49,728.63 in the SPIA for the 10-year period certain. And then we'll also do the 10-year MIGA at $150,271.37. So here's a little example of what that'll look like in the illustration. So again, the 150,271 in the MIGA at 2.9%. And then we have the income annuity, the SPIA, at $49,728. That'll give them a monthly income of $459.02. So looking at this, Jim and Pam, like I said, are going to receive the $459.02 per month, which then comes to $5,508.24 on an annual basis. And with that exclusion ratio, which is 90.28%, their annual taxable amount is only $535.40. So if we were to take a look at the preserve, if they were to, let's see here, do this. If they were to go into the 10-year preserve, then what would have happened? Oh, sorry, I went forward on my slides. One moment. I apologize. I got to pull that back up. So if they would have done the preserve, they would have got that 2.9, and they could do an average of $470 on a monthly basis, which is a little bit more monthly. However, this is taking the entire interest on a monthly basis. So at the end of the year, it is going to be fully taxable. So that's where that benefit comes in of the split annuity using the income off of the SPIA, because it does have that huge tax savings because it's not all interest, and it has that exclusion ratio of the 90.28%. So with the split annuity, it does, just like I said, allow for huge tax savings for Jim and Pam, as well as they met their goals of deferring interest and preserving their principal. Jim and Pam are able to realize the best of both worlds, which is that income now that they were looking for, as well as the power of tax deferral and the preservation of principal. So I just wanted to go through that a little bit with you, and now I've given you kind of an overview about Guggenheim Life. I hope that you can kind of take some of that knowledge and relate it back to your clients. We do have a staff of very dedicated internal sales representatives that are able to answer any questions that you might have regarding our products and services. We do pride ourselves on our timely responses and our very knowledgeable staff, and we want both the agent and client experience to be seamless. Our website can also be a valuable tool to your business, and we encourage you to visit it. It's GuggenheimLife.com. There you're able to download, any application kits as well as the product brochures. You also have access to the illustration software as well. There's also some information regarding any webinars that we might be having at that time. Like we said, any questions that you might have, here's the information. Just give us a call at 800-767-7749 or give us an email at marketing@guggenheiminsurance.com. That is all that I have for today, so thank you so much for joining.
Great. Thank you so much, Katie. We really appreciate the information. And do you have a couple of minutes for questions or?
Of course.
Excellent. We do have a couple that are coming in. Let me just take a look here.
Okay.
We have one. Then we must have a New York agent on the webinar. He was wondering if, at any time in the future, if you guys were planning on getting approved for New York products.
I can't say absolutely not. Never say never. There's nothing that I'm aware of in the future, but who's to say that we might not longer down the road?
Okay, fair enough. Sounds good. And let me see. Actually, that is the only question that's come in so far. Does anyone have any additional questions? Now is the time to post it. Otherwise, I will definitely keep in touch with everyone who is in on this and on this webinar, and I'll double check and see if any questions come up when we do the follow-up calls as well. I don't see any other more questions coming in, so at this time I will conclude today's webinar. Katie, I appreciate you taking the time to provide us with this information. Do you have any final words from your end?
No, thank you so much. And like I said, you guys can come to us with any question or obviously reach out to Sean at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We have a great relationship and we are happy to help with anything that you might have.
Great. Thank you very much for everyone that's been in attendance today. We will end today's webinar. We will be in touch, and if anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to call us 1-800-255-5055. Thank you.